Hey everyone, here's cuddling Kitwana. We are still celebrating the 50th anniversary of my favorite vacation destination, Walt Disney World, and we are starting today's episode with a piece of artwork from a Mexican fairy artist called Wolf. And it shows me along with my furry friend from Florida, Rohan the bear, as we are enjoying some fun playtime along with a pair of Beauty and the Beast dolls and a Cinderella Castle playset. Now, Beauty and the Beast month isn't until November here on my show, when we will celebrate the 30th anniversary of this beloved Disney animated classic. So we turn our attention to another toy, and this toy is hiding in this box. It's always a good day if you receive Mickey mail from Shop Disney. And it's giving very little away, except that it is supposed to be a girl's toy. I mean, really, Shop Disney, why not finally doing away with these labels of boys and girls toys? Toys are for everyone, no matter their gender or age. And it's also interesting to note where this was sourced from. Since Disney does not own any toy factories, unlike Mattel or Hasbro, Disney contracts everything out. And we see this is from a company called Camino International Limited, with apparently still stuck in the early 2000s when it comes to website design. To be fair, this is the case with many Chinese toy makers, so that website doesn't give away too much either. But after unboxing, it is clear what I've got, and it is here in that box, and look at that. Wow, now this is definitely something that I already would call one of my all-time favorite toys the second I pulled it out of the box, because Cinderella Castle means so much to me. It's really my favorite building in the world, and being a huge Walt Disney World fan, this castle has a very special place in my heart, since I connect so many emotions and memories with it. And when I learned that they would finally release a castle playset for the 50th anniversary that would actually look like Cinderella's castle, I simply had to get it. It was released just on October 1st of this year, and now it's already here in my home. It was quite worth the shipping that I had to pay to UPS for getting this piece to Switzerland. And let's start looking at it, starting with the box. It has the Disney logo at the top. Recommended for ages 3+, and we have a view of the castle in there, and all the additional accessories hide in the back, which we will take a look at later on. The side of the box has the Walt Disney World 50th anniversary logo with a castle design. It's actually color changing. It's kind of a golden a print. And on the back, we've got the Walt Disney World logo again, along with photos of everything that's included, which are the 5 characters, the Fab 5, Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy, Goofy, and we see the castle, along with the features of this playset, such as a slide, an elevator stage, and it also comes with 2 attractions, 2 Fantasyland favorites, Dumbo and Mad Tea Party teacups, along with the monorail. The top of the box has the Walt Disney World logo again, printed the wrong way around. See the windows at the front, and the bottom has the legal stuff printed along with the battery information, and already gives away that we will need 4 AA batteries for this set. Now I'm so super excited to finally unbox this. I had it sitting here at my place for an entire day and really couldn't wait to unbox this, so I'm doing this right away. And it is important to know that this box basically is reusable, so take good care when unboxing this, and note that it opens on the sides. On both sides. First I was expecting it would open at the top, but it has 2 side flaps, and we want to do this really carefully in order not to destroy much of the parts. So I'll be back after unboxing, and then we'll take a detailed look at what's inside one of the coolest Disney theme park toys that has been released in the last couple of years. Got the castle partially unboxed so you can have a better first look at it. Look at this, the entire castle in all of its glory. I mean, isn't that amazing? And I'm going to continue the unboxing, and I'll be right back with you when we will take a detailed look at everything that's included. Okay, so with a little bit of time I actually managed to open this without destroying the box too much. I even carefully removed the plastic inlays that had held the character figurines and the attractions in place. And now I can take the box aside and look at what we've got. So besides the castle we have 5 character figurines. These are Mickey, Minnie, Goofy, Daisy and Donald. Each of them is around 2 inches tall, super tiny, but each does feature 5 points of articulation. They can move their arms, their legs, and also an additional point of articulation is in their necks. And as you can see, they all come in their 50th anniversary costumes that the real characters in the parks are wearing. Super nice detail, and I have to say these figurines are done rather nicely for such a small scale. You can even recognize Mickey's new redesigned hat that he wears in the parks with the newly redesigned eyes. Minnie is super cute as well, and Goofy is the tallest of them. And then we've got 2 attractions, 2 Fantasyland favorites. We've got the teacups and Dumbo the flying elephant. The latter is really is a Fantasyland favorite of mine because it's been there for generations and so many families made so many memories on it. I'm already so excited to look at this castle, but there is some work to be done first before we can actually start playing and marveling at the castle. And first thing is that you make sure you remove all the plastic fasteners, including the 2 plastic tabs that are marked with a downwards arrow on the back, on the left hand side of the castle. Simply put them down in the direction of the arrow and then remove them from the underside, from the bottom of the castle. And while we are at the bottom of the castle, we can also find the battery compartment there. The batteries are included for AA's, and you can easily exchange them by opening the battery compartment door with a screwdriver, a crosshead screwdriver to be exactly. When you've got fresh batteries in there, make sure that you turn the switch from the try me position to the on position. The off position is in the middle. When you've removed the plastic tabs, the two plastic tabs, then you can open the back part of the castle and make sure that you remove the plastic fastener around the monorail as well. And that brings us to the first attraction. It's a manually operated monorail that can go back and forth. There is space for one character. And I am super glad that we have found something for Goofy to do. He can drive the monorail since there is no space available in the teacups or on Dumbo anymore. Since we already got Daisy and Donald, Mickey and Minnie in there. And while we are at the back of the castle, we can take a look at the other attractions that this playset has. First, we have a super cool slide. Simply place one of the characters onto the falling platform and then push the button to release the platform and send Mickey or whatever character down the slide. This is pretty funny. The real castle does, of course, not feature this attraction, but something that actually Disney used on the real castle, at least on the castle stage in front of the castle, is an elevator platform. And to operate this elevator platform, you also place one of the character figurines on it. There's a little peg on the platform that connects to the character's shoes. Here I'm trying this with Mickey, and then you simply operate the elevator manually. You can lower or raise Mickey, and that's something that's been part of the Bring Along with Mickey show, for example, that ran for a couple of years on the castle stage. That is super cool as well. And now you probably ask yourself, how do the two Fantasyland attractions go together with the castle? And this is pretty clever. First, for Dumbo, you simply slide out this platform here that hides underneath the floor of the castle. And you've got Dumbo here. You can see the gears at the underside of the attraction, and there's a gear in here as well, and you simply place Dumbo in here. And this is a motorized attraction, and for Dumbo to start flying, you simply press on this button here. You can see the two elephants even go up and down a bit, just like on the real attraction, and of course the characters fit in there. You can stop them by pressing on the button again. And then we've got the other attraction, which are the teacups, and you also can connect them to the motorized base that Dumbo is on. And for that, remove Dumbo and then make sure that you do not place the teacups with their gray base onto the motorized platform. Instead, remove the teacups so that they are only on the red base, and then insert the red base here, and then you can push the button again to make them spin. You can also manually spin the teacups if you place them onto the gray base, and then you can have Dumbo here on the motorized castle platform and simply operate both of them together at the same time. So that's super awesome, and I like how the characters fit in there very well. They are held in place by little pegs that go between their legs, so they are safe in there. And when you're done playing, simply remove the attractions. And then push in the base again, and you can close the castle's back like this, and it will stay shut. And now we can finally glance at that beautiful playset. It has already become one of my all-time favorite toys. You know that I love my big cat plushies, my lifelike plushies. You know that I love some of my Lion King items a lot, but this castle definitely is among the top 5 of my all-time favorite toys that I've ever owned, because this building means so much to me. It's just like it means for millions and millions of kids, young and old. It is the symbol of hope, the symbol of dreams, just like no other building. It truly is my favorite building in the world. Actually, not only at Disney World, since I connect so many memories and positive emotions with it. And to me, the Disney World experience is not only about the attractions and meeting the characters and exploring the hotels and the parks, but also simply being on Main Street and watching all these people, seeing the castle for the very first time as it looms at the other end of Main Street, and it's so incredibly large and magical and fancy. Especially I've witnessed many special needs childs, all these Make-A-Wish kids. This is really super magical and heartwarming to see their reaction when they finally have arrived at the place they have dreamed of going to for so long. Many of them have been dreamed about being at Disney for many years, and this is always something super magical. So the emotions that this building triggers to so many people from around the world, and this simply, this is truly Disney magic in the making, as it has to be. And that's something that makes me want to return to Disney World over and over again, and I'm sure I will return many more times in the future. And I cannot wait until this pandemic dies down and go back there and celebrate life again, because I know I cannot take this for granted that I can be there. And so the castle will symbolize that success and all these challenges even I had to go through during my life, and this castle was always a symbol of dreams and success for me. First time I saw it, I remember in November 2009 when I was walking down Main Street. I cried happy tears because it was larger and more magical than I ever thought it would be. It is incredibly huge. I mean, the real thing is 189 feet tall, and this playset here is roughly 100 scale, as it measures 23 inches from the base up to the top of the highest tower, around 61 centimeter, and it is around 15 inches wide, 38 centimeters, and around 9 inches deep, so around 23 centimeters. So this is really a castle that does not have to hide, and for that reason I have put up my other castle model that Disney World released back in 2012. This is the collectible Big Fig designed by Larry Nicolai, which is the most accurate scale model of Cinderella Castle to date. Check out episode number 37. Link is on the screen right now if you want to learn more about the castle. But if we put these two together, you can see this, the toy model, the playset, is actually even larger a little bit. Take a look at the highest tower, and now we take a detailed look at this beautiful model. I mean, for a toy grade model, for a toy playset, this model is amazing. That's not the first time that Disney World has released castle playsets, but in the past they looked like rather generic fairy tale castles. I mean, there was the first one that went together with the Monorail playset, which I've also shown you in an earlier episode, and that looks nothing like Cinderella Castle. Even the one they released after in recent years, while it was called Cinderella Castle playset, it looks nothing like the real thing in the parks, the real thing that so many of us love, so many of us Disney fans and children around the world. But this one here, we have here the 50th anniversary edition of the Cinderella Castle playset. This is the first castle playset that actually looks like the real thing, the real Cinderella Castle at the Magic Kingdom Park in Florida. Now you can see when looking at it from the front, it does have all the important towers. The real one at the Magic Kingdom has 27 towers, and this one has at least 10 of the all the important towers. We start with the highest one from the top. You can see it's the gold coated tower, and just below is the platform where Tinkerbell flies out during the nightly fireworks. And you can see the other towers all molded very nicely as well, and it even has the windows. On the real castle, these are fake windows. The actual Cinderella Castle suite is to the left on the west side of the castle, which is not visible here, it's not molded. But when we go further down, we see other details that the real castle has as well, including the 4 blue towers, the lower towers on the front, and the watchtower, which has been covered with a 50th anniversary logo for the time being. And below is the balcony, where the fairy godmother appears during Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. And below we've got the front gate, which actually opens. Now, speaking of the front gate, we still have another play feature to go through, and that's all. And these are the lights and sounds this castle makes. And these can be accessed by 2 buttons here on the front. These buttons are neatly integrated, not too obtrusive, obtrusive. There's a left and a right button, and the left hand button triggers the fireworks. So I'm going to show you how this looks and sounds like. You simply press the button. Now the guest going woohoo, it's quite crazy, it's quite funny. I hope you were able to see the LED lights flickering. There are 7 of them, and they are also neatly integrated. And the right hand button actually simply activates these lights in different fashions. So if I press here, you can see these are color changing LEDs, and they go on for about a minute. It changes colors. They also flash. Now there's a couple of lighting sequences that this button triggers, and unfortunately it shuts off after a minute automatically, but the electronics built in here aren't too complicated, so if you do have a bit of knowledge, you could fully adapt them to make them stay on longer if you have some knowledge of electronic components. Chinese electronics are usually rather simple, and you can screw open the castle. But anyway, this is super nice, and I'm going to show you these lighting and sound features once more while I turn off the light real quick. Okay, it's 9 p.m. at night. Put down your phones and your tablets. Look at the world's most magical building as the fireworks are about to start. And if you've ever stayed after the fireworks for a bit, then you know that the castle will stay illuminated in various colors, and that is accessed by the right hand button. So we'll have a look at this again. Blue castle, green castle, and there's a pink castle as well. That's so beautiful. Okay, the fireworks are over, but it's not midnight yet, so we can continue play with this castle model. And you know that I really love all the Disney store dolls, and I know they are horribly out of scale, of course, with this castle, but let's just pretend that Prince Charming is already awaiting Cinderella to arrive with her chariot, which we have here for the 50th anniversary ball. And look at this, Prince Charming could not be more proud of his home being decorated so beautifully. And let's put him here for a size comparison. And maybe even Prince Adam will come by to attend the ball as well. But remember, Cinderella will have to be back by midnight. And as you can see, this castle offers a lot of playtime fun. You can combine it with the dolls, and the only limit really is your imagination, actually. That's what toys are all about. And look at all the beautiful decorations which are inspired by the real decorations, the 50th anniversary decorations. And what you can see when you compare it to the model from 10 years ago, you can see that Cinderella Castle changed its main color, and actually the one at the park did as well, the real one. It's now more in a pink main color, and that is so pretty. I mean, I always thought you cannot perfect Cinderella Castle anymore. It's beautiful the way it is, but with the recent refurb and overhaul, they painted it in a pink tone that is not too obtrusive and not too disturbing. It's just right, and it really looks like the most magical fairy tale castle ever. But it's not a generic fairy tale castle. It is the Disney castle that we all love. And I'm super happy that this model is accurate enough so we can clearly recognize it as Cinderella Castle. And look at all the decorations that are wrapped around the towers, just like on the real castle as well. The pink and golden accents. Actually, the golden accents around the front gate and the balcony and some of the towers, they are there to stay, because that's what they added during the recent refurb, when they also changed the main color of the castle into a pink. And that makes this castle look even more magical. I mean, this is really, it is a dream come true. Which is, by the way, no longer the largest Disney castle in the world, since they've got a new one in Shanghai. This one is it's now larger than the Cinderella Castle in Florida. Take a quick look from this side. Of course, it looks rather thin with a couple towers missing, but that's not too much of an issue. And then I'd like to turn it around to give you a view of the back. And here we've got a couple features that we see on the real castle as well. In here, below these three towers, would be Cinderella's Royal Table, which is the character meal experience inside the castle, actually. And down below would be the passageway that where you can walk through from the front gates to the back and into Fantasyland. What they didn't mold is the stairs, which would be over here on the right hand side, which are closed for guest access. It's mainly an evacuation route for the restaurant. And In here, on the ground floor, we would also have the BBD Babidi boutique, where young kids can get a princess or pirate makeover. These are the two attractions that are actually inside the real castle, the restaurant and the boutique. There's a couple of screw holes showing, but nothing too bad, since you really you do not display the this playset from the back. The front looks excellent for a toy grade model, and really I'm so happy that I have this model. Already thinking of maybe getting a second one, which I will leave in the box, since this is about to become a collector's model. It is still available as we speak through shopdisney.com for a retail price of $124.95 in the US. And of course it is sold at Walt Disney World right now for a certain time frame, probably as long as the 50th anniversary celebration is going on, which is supposed to last until March 2023, at least the castle decoration. So hopefully with the pandemic winding down, eventually we'll be able to go back to Disney World and check out the real castle as well. And when you're done playing, you can simply put this castle back into the box. It'll be pretty easy, and actually recommend you to keep that plastic cover that goes over the highest tower. It will prevent it from storage damage and from scratch marks. And you simply put it into the box like this, and then put this insert into the outer box, and then your castle will be protected and be valuable for years to come. So yeah, that's about it. What I can say about this castle surely will get a really special place in my apartment, as it does have a special place in my heart. And let me know about your memories that you've made at Walt Disney World. Do you remember the first time you've been there and saw the castle looming at the other end of Main Street? Can you remember how excited you were? I would love to hear from you in the comments below. And below in the video description I also have a link to Shop Disney in case you want to buy this castle. You better do this as long as the 50th anniversary celebrations are still running until early 2023. I expect this to become a collector's item, and beware, the prices are already going up on eBay. Do not pay more than the retail price currently, which is $125 a set. There are a few sellers that will offer it for this price, or I've seen them even start at $1 and then of course going up like crazy. So good luck getting one of these castles, and stay tuned for next week. We are going to continue celebrating the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World with a Disney World exclusive toy, actually a doll that I will be featuring, which has been available at Disney World only at a certain character meal, and you will see what kind of character the doll is of next week, next Saturday, here on Kitwana Stories. And until then, I do not say goodbye to you. I say what we always say when we have to leave the Disney parks and get back home. See you real soon.